What's up, everyone? This video that you're watching, I debated a real long time, thought about this a real long time, and I didn't even really want to do a video about this whole situation, what has happened with Hulk Hogan and the WWE. And the WWE has fired Hulk Hogan. That's what this video is about, the whole situation. And a lot of stuff about people inside the WWE still working there that are known racists. So I found out about this news from Twitter. Like, I find out about basically all my news. Anyways, around, I don't know, probably very late last night, or still in the early morning, when I got home from out partying for my birthday. Got home around 3 in the morning, I think it was 3. Anyways, got on Twitter and I saw Hulk Hogan was a trending topic. He was like number 2 or number 1 trend. So I thought, what the hell's going on here? So I click and press his name on Twitter with my finger, and I see that Hulk Hogan has been let go by the WWE over racist comments he made in his sex tape video. Or I don't know when it was recorded. Maybe it was recorded in the sex tape before they were having sex. I don't know. I don't even like talking about this. It's very upsetting to me. I'm down. I'm pretty down about it. About WWE letting Hulk Hogan go. I'm pretty upset about it. And it didn't make it any better that I found out about this news about Hulk Hogan being fired on my birthday. But what are you going to do? Today was my birthday. I had no clue, and I would never have thought that on my birthday in 2015, on my birthday, that I'd find out that Hulk Hogan was fired by the WWE, and they got rid of everything on their websites, WWEshop.com, selling 0 Hulk Hogan merchandise, and they'll probably never sell it again. Hopefully they do, and hopefully WWE and Hulk Hogan can make up maybe in 5 years. He comes back. I don't know. In 5 years he'll be 66 years old. But maybe he will come back when he's older. Ric Flair is still employed by the WWE, and I believe he's 66 or 67. So maybe in 5 years I would like to see Hulk Hogan come back. Hopefully people in their hearts can forgive the guy, and maybe in 5 years he can come back and this whole mess can be behind everybody. WWE erasing him, my thoughts on them erasing him off the website, taking him out of the Hall of Fame section of their website, of the Hall of Fame alum, like claiming he's not a Hall of Famer anymore. That's pretty stupid. They basically erase themselves from Hulk Hogan, like Hulk Hogan in his entire career in the WWE and in wrestling did not exist. Well, that's wrong. Because if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, Vince McMahon, and WWE, there would be no WWE. If it wasn't for Hulk Hogan making you guys a global, international, worldwide company in the late 80s. I understand and I get why WWE fired him over the comments. Because in 2015, you can't say anything racist, you can't say anything controversial because of this society. Anyways, they erased him off the website, WWE.com and WWEshop.com. I understand why they fired him. I get it. And that's not really what I'm upset about. I'm upset that I heard and I read tonight on the internet that now they're starting to take a lot of Hulk Hogan footage of his DVDs they had on the WWE Network, his DVDs in Beyond the Ring section of the network. If you go to Beyond the Ring, and you can see all the DVDs they have in there to watch. Well, I guess they took down and took off the 2 Hulk Hogan DVDs that they had up there. They got rid of them. They erased them from the network. I also heard that the WWE erased and took off Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling cartoon off the network. They got rid of it forever. And obviously, I'm sure they still own the videos and the DVDs in the library of the Hogan DVDs and the Rock and Wrestling footage. They're not going to get rid of that, and it's not like they're going to take that out of their library and burn it, because I'm sure they won't. But they took it off the network. And who knows how much more Hulk Hogan footage of the past in his wrestling career. Who knows how much more they will take off the network. I hope they don't take any more off, because the guy you can't erase at all. You cannot erase what Hulk Hogan has done for wrestling and for the WWE. You can't erase 30 years of Hulkamania. You can't erase what he has done for the wrestling business, what he has done for WWE, how much money he has made, Vince McMahon and WWE. They're trying to erase themselves from Hulk Hogan like he doesn't exist. That is wrong. That is so wrong. And it was really wrong, and really stupid for Hulk Hogan to say those racist comments. But then again, the newspaper, National Enquirer, is scum. They're not just scum because they came out with the audio, or they put out the transcript or the audio of what Hulk Hogan said in the sex tape when he made the racist comments. So National Enquirer, obviously, I don't know how the hell they got hold of the tape or the audio. I don't know how they got hold of what Hogan said. Obviously, the National Enquirer paid somebody off to get it, because that's what they always do. They always pay somebody to get information out of somebody because they are scum. So National Enquirer, that's what I think of you. And it's not just what they have done with getting... National Enquirer is basically trying to ruin Hulk Hogan's life and his career. And they have. Because he got fired. Because of this. Because of what he said, he got fired. But National Enquirer, they're just throwing more logs on the fire. They're just throwing more flame. They're just getting the flames higher and higher and higher. And they're trying to end Hulk Hogan's career for good. Because the National Enquirer is scum. And what Hulk Hogan said was, again, what he said was very, very wrong. And I don't agree with it. He should have never said it. And I believe in my heart he's not a racist. And I forgive Hulk Hogan. Everybody out there watching this, you got two choices. You can forgive Hulk Hogan and remember all the great things and all the great moments and the matches and the great moments that he gave us as wrestling fans. Or you can decide to hate Hulk Hogan's guts and think he's a racist, or you can decide to do that. But I decide, my opinion, I forgive Hulk Hogan. And I hope he gets a second chance. And hopefully in a couple years, but he'll be pretty old, but maybe in a couple years, him and WWE can make up and he can come back. Because he's a Babe Ruth of wrestling. He deserves to have a job. He deserves to be working in the WWE because he built the WWE along with Vince McMahon. Hogan built it. What was I saying now? So, National Enquirer, they're claiming, I read, they're claiming they're going to put out more stuff of what Hogan, more stuff of, more comments, more offensive comments that Hulk Hogan has made. National Enquirer is saying they're going to put more out. Well, they're scumbags. And whoever works at the National Enquirer, if you work for them, you are scum. And you can go straight to hell. Because National Enquirer, I've seen their papers in the stores before. They come out with some straight up bullshit, not true, straight up lies about people, about celebrities, about past and former presidents. They come out with some straight up bullshit that is not true at all. They had one in National Enquirer a couple years ago, had Bill Clinton on the cover of the magazine, and it said, Bill Clinton is dying. You dumb bastards. At the National Enquirer, Bill Clinton is not dying. The guy's obviously alive and doing fine. Yes, Bill Clinton looks way older, and he looks really old. He really aged, but big deal. So Bill Clinton looks really old, and that's it. He looks really old. Big deal. The guy is not dying. And the National Enquirer, dumbasses, put on the cover of their newspaper, Bill Clinton is dying. Fuck you. He's not dying, you dumb fucks. So that's the type of shit, that's the type of crap that the National Enquirer puts out. Fake bullshit stories. I'm not saying that the Hogan story is fake, because it's not. He was recorded on video or audio. I don't know. I haven't heard the audio. I just read what he said. In the first place, this should have, whatever Hogan said, this should have just stayed in the court case. It should have not been released to the public, but it was. Because obviously the National Enquirer got their hands on what Hogan said, or they got their hands on the audio, or whatever. Because that's what they do. They want to ruin people's lives. That's what the National Enquirer does. So, in the first place, the sex tape, I guess, is part of the court case that Hogan has against a website that he's suing for $100 million for damaging his career and his character. And I agree, the sex tape did damage Hulk Hogan, but a lot of his fans, I don't think, give a damn that he did a sex tape. I don't care he did a sex tape. And when Hogan was having sex with Bubba the Love Sponge's wife in the sex video. That's Bubba's ex-wife that he was having sex with. He was being recorded, secretly recorded and videotaped, and Hogan didn't even know it. And I believe him when he said he didn't know he's being videotaped, because Hulk Hogan is not that stupid, folks, that he would agree to be videotaped and have sex. He would not do that because of his image. Anyways, he secretly videotaped, probably by his friend, his ex-friend Bubba. He's secretly videotaped because somebody that was angry at Hulk Hogan, I don't know if it was Bubba or somebody sold the video. Somebody at that website got a hold of the sex tape and they put it on their website. Obviously somebody that recorded it gave it to the website and probably sold it for a lot of money and made a lot of money off it. So they secretly taped Hogan having sex, and he made the racist comments, and I'm sure whoever recorded it was very happy, because they thought, now I got this in my hands and I can ruin Hulk Hogan's career. Well, whoever taped Hogan, whoever it was, you're scum to want to ruin his career. You are scum. The point is, WWE, and if you don't agree with my opinions, that's fine. I'm just saying I forgive Hulk Hogan. He's gave me so much enjoyment as a fan growing up, watching him. I'm not going to say I hate the guy for what he said. It was really wrong what he said, but I don't hate him. He made a big mistake. A lot of people make a lot of mistakes in their life. Nobody's perfect. And my point is, WWE trying to erase Hulk Hogan and what he's done for the company. They're trying to erase everything. Like, they don't want to be associated with Hulk Hogan ever again, and they don't even want it. They don't even want his old matches on the network. That's fucking ridiculous. To trying to erase his career and what he's done. That is ridiculous. And they should stop doing that. They should stop trying to act like Hulk Hogan does not exist. Because he does exist. He's gave us epic and iconic moments as fans that grew up watching him. He body slammed Andre the Giant. He had a feud with Andre the Giant. That was epic. He had a feud with Paul Orndorff. That was good. Feud with King Kong Bundy. That was good. He's had a feud with The Rock after he returned. I mean, he had a great feud with Randy Savage. And then he goes to WCW, signs with them. Gave us more great memories at WCW. When he turned heel and he joined the NWO, that was a great moment. Or all the fans, and I don't think all the fans are gonna just try to not remember what Hulk Hogan did before he made these comments. He gave us epic moments as fans. And he's one of the all-time living legends in wrestling. He still is, but WWE's trying to erase him from their history, which is wrong. But nobody has to agree with me and forgive Hulk Hogan. I'm just saying people make mistakes. He made a big mistake when he said all that stuff. And when he got racist, he made a huge mistake. But I forgive him. Because nobody's perfect. And my other issue is WWE's hypocrites. My issues with the WWE here, because they have a guy that is a COO partially running the company. His name is Triple H. Everybody knows him. Well, he's gone racist straight up. He's said racist comments right to wrestlers' faces. He did it to Roberto Rodriguez, or Ricardo Rodriguez. I forget his first name. Alberto Del Rio's manager used to come out and introduce him on the microphone. I think his name was Ricardo Rodriguez. He got racist with him. Triple H went right up to his face, and Rodriguez said this in a shoot interview. Triple H used to come right up to him and call him Bumblebee, telling him, come here, Bumblebee, saying shit like that to him, getting racist with him. I guess Bumblebee was a Spanish character from a movie or something. I'm not sure, but it was like a racist comment. So Triple H got racist with Ricardo Rodriguez. And Ricardo Rodriguez told everybody on a shoot interview that he did. So, and I'm sure Triple H is not, I'm sure he was racist with other guys, but probably Hispanics, other Hispanic wrestlers. He's probably joked and made racist comments jokingly about them. But even if you're joking, it's still racist. And I don't think Triple H would make a racist comment to a guy like Mark Henry or the primetime players, because they'd probably kick his ass because he's afraid of them. So he probably wouldn't do that to them. Vince McMahon, a lot of people on Twitter kept showing Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon character, and the video of him coming up to John Cena, walking by John Cena on a Raw, or maybe it was a pay-per-view, could have been a pay-per-view, where he walked past John Cena in 2005 or 6, or hell, maybe it was even 2007. He walked past John Cena and he said, "What's up, my N-word?" He said, "What's up, my N-word?" And then he walked past him. And it wasn't with the ER at the end. I guess it was an A at the end. But I'm not going to say the word. But he basically said that to Cena, "What's up, my N-word?" And then he was walking by like, he just walked by Cena like he was real cool. And like Vince McMahon grew up in the hood. Please, he did not grow up in the hood. But I don't think Vince is racist. I really don't. That was just stupidity, and maybe a writer could have even came up with that and had brought it up to Vince, said you should say that to John Cena because they thought it'd be funny. So that was just a Mr. McMahon character, and WWE being very ignorant and stupid when they had Vince say that. And then Vince even did it another time as the Mr. McMahon character. I believe he went up to King Booker and he said it again. He said the N-word again. But that was pointless and stupid, and it did nothing for nobody to say that to Booker T and John Cena. That was just stupidity by WWE, and stupidity, that stupid shit that the Mr. McMahon character did. He did a lot of stupid shit. A guy pulled his pants down in the middle of the ring like 3 or 4 times and had his ass exposed. He was over 60 years old and he had his ass exposed, or he was late 50s and he had his ass exposed on worldwide TV. Basically, that was a Mr. McMahon character. He had his pants down and wanted talent to kiss his ass. That was just That was stupidity also. So, I don't think Vince is racist. I don't think WWE's racist, but there is a lot of people, I'm sure, that work there. Most notably, Michael Hayes. He is a fucking racist. And the WWE has not fired his ass when they should have years ago. You're going to fire Hulk Hogan, then you should fire Michael Hayes also. Because you are paying a racist. WWE, you are paying a racist by having Michael Hayes still working for you. The guy is a racist. And I don't know, I think he got drunk. He was drunk at some WrestleMania after party. I think it was 06 or 07. He got drunk and he was a guy on the microphone. And he said a lot of racist shit, did Michael Hayes. I read it online. He said a lot of racist shit, a lot of racist comments. I believe he even called Mark Henry the N-word. Or he was saying the N-word, and Mark Henry got really pissed off. I don't blame him. And he went up and probably confronted Michael Hayes, maybe when he was sober, like the next week, I don't know, when he confronted him. But if Michael Hayes was sober, I'm sure he was a scared ass little bitch. When Mark Henry got in his face, I'm sure he apologized over and over and over because he's a scared little bitch and he would have got his ass beat. And you can't blame alcohol. Don't blame it on the fucking alcohol, Michael Hayes, because you were drunk. You claim you would. He probably claimed he never get racist, and he only said that because of the alcohol. Well, as Jamie Foxx sang it and did a song about it, you can't blame it on the fucking alcohol. Don't blame it on the alcohol, Michael Hayes, because drunk or not drunk, I think you're a racist. And WWE should not be paying you, and they should fire your ass. I guess they don't fire him because Triple H and Vince think he has good ideas for storylines, and they must think they want him. They still want him around just because he has good ideas. Well, that's no reason to keep a racist employed by your company. So I really wish and hope that Michael Hayes gets fired, but I doubt he will. But he should be fired. Anyways, this entire mess of Hogan getting fired and what he said was a real downer, and it was just a real downer for my birthday. It was not a great birthday because I've been thinking about this a lot, and Hogan being fired and what he said. I've thought about it a lot, and it's just upsetting. So it did kind of ruin my birthday, but who cares? There's another birthday next year. I just want to say again, WWE is wrong for trying to erase Hulk Hogan off their website and trying to erase his videos off the network. They should not be doing that. I understand that they should not be selling his merchandise anymore to make any more money off him when he's not employed by WWE. Well, they also dropped Hulk Hogan from WWE 2K16, their new video game coming out. Hulk Hogan is dropped and will no longer be in the game. I understand that because they don't want to make money off Hulk Hogan's character and likeness. I guess they don't want to make money off it and have him in the video game because he's not employed by WWE anymore. So I get that. But there's been some talk that WWE, and I'm sure Vince McMahon will probably have the final decision, there is talk that WWE may take Hulk Hogan out of their Hall of Fame forever. They might take him out of the Hall of Fame. You can't do that. And even if they do it, Hulk Hogan specifically, I'm just talking about his wrestling career. Hulk Hogan is a Hall of Famer. It's obvious Hulk Hogan is a Hall of Famer. And if WWE takes him out of the Hall of Fame, they are some fucking pussies. But they probably will, knowing them. So, he should not be erased from the network. He should not be erased from the Hall of Fame section of WWE.com, and he should not be taken out of the Hall of Fame. And Hogan is not a murderer like Chris Benoit is. Hogan did not kill anybody here, people. He did not kill anybody. So WWE giving Hulk Hogan the Chris Benoit treatment is fucking wrong. Because he's not a murderer. He made a big mistake. I'm sure he's really upset about it. And I'm sure he's learning. And he's learned something from this mistake that he's made. He got fired over it. And this video that he made the comments on is 8 years old. So, that's another thing that's just... I understand he made the comments, and they were wrong. But 8 years ago, to bring that shit up, and I don't know if it was brought up in court or what, or somebody sold what Hogan said. They sold the tape to the National Enquirer. And people I read last night, that executives and people in WWE that heard what Hogan said, they were appalled. Well, why aren't they appalled by Michael Hayes? That fucking racist. They should be appalled at Triple H calling Ricardo Rodriguez racist names to his face. And they also should be appalled that they're one of their employees. I don't think he works in WWE anymore, but one of their employees used to work in social media for WWE. I don't know what he did. If he was tweeting tweets that WWE sends out on Monday nights, I don't know. But he worked for WWE. This guy was a social media worker for WWE, and he made racist comments and said to Alberto Del Rio right to his face. He made racist comments right when Alberto Del Rio was in the room, and he must have thought Alberto Del Rio wasn't going to do a damn thing about it, because I guess the guy thought Alberto Del Rio wouldn't touch him because then he'd get fired. Well, I think Alberto Del Rio did touch him and slap him in the face, or punch him in the face, and I'm glad he did. The guy deserved it. So Alberto Del Rio was 100% in the right for hitting that guy for making racist comments. I don't really remember what he said to Alberto Del Rio, but I'm sure it was racist. That's why he got hit. And WWE has paid off Alberto Del Rio probably double or triple times the amount of money he was supposed to get on his way out. I think I don't know if they released him or what, but Alberto Del Rio threatened WWE and said, I guess he wanted more money for leaving and keeping. He wanted more money to basically WWE had to pay Alberto Del Rio more money to keep his mouth shut and not tell a courtroom or tell the media how racist WWE was in the inside. and racist, stupid shit that people that were employed by WWE probably did and said to Alberto Del Rio, so they paid him off to keep his mouth closed. So nobody's perfect that works for WWE. I'm sure there's a lot of great people there, and a lot of people that are not racist. But they still have Michael Hayes working there. He's a racist. And they probably have other workers that are racist. You know Michael Hayes is a fucking racist because at WrestleMania 17, the fucker came out wearing a jacket that had the Confederate flag on the back of it. And you know what that flag means. That flag is a fucking symbol of racism. So, I'm done now. Again, I don't think Hulk Hogan should be erased from the WWE. The guy's not a murderer. He did not commit murder, and he did not kill anybody. He made a mistake, a big mistake, and he's paying for it now. But Hulk Hogan is the reason I'm a wrestling fan and the reason I got into wrestling. So I forgive Hulk Hogan. Everybody else out there watching this, you can decide for yourself to forgive him or not to forgive him. Hope you enjoyed this video about the Hogan getting fired and the entire situation in the WWE with Hulk Hogan. And them trying to erase his career and his likeness off their website and off the network. Hope you enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter at TNAWWE Guy and at NXTWWE Guy. Bye for now, everybody.